Okay. He can't find them, or we didn't find them. Now I'm back in the main trail here. This is hold on, I'll find a sign here. See. It goes that way, that's Crooked Creek there. And it goes back this way. I know there's a daggone sign here somewhere. Says what fork this road is. Son, you might as well come on. We'll go out there at that grassy holler out there and look tomorrow. You might find some out there. Hear me? Everything comes up out there, hear me? Hey, everything comes up out there before it does anywhere else. Out there where all that grass is. Hear me? Hey, out there where that grass is, where you camp down in there by yourself at night. Didn't we find some there last year? I thought we left here and drove straight up out there and found some. There where all that cohosh and grass and yellow root is. And down in that holler, a little piece further, where I found that old big root of thing that weighed 5.5 ounces. There was about 20, 25 bunches underneath that big 4-prong. Nice 3-prong. No, it ain't been warm. Well, it's getting warm, but we ain't had enough warm rains. I always thought about the second week of April. Hear me? Yeah. Is when you got your moogers. From April, about the second week of April into about the end of May. And that's when I always thought you found them. Any other time, not. Never did find nothing. But don't you remember all them we used to find up holler at the house? Huh? Yeah. On them flats? What happened to all them? Then we used to go back there and pick them by the bags full. Remember when them old wild dogs attacked me and you and Daddy back there that day of Molly Mooger hunting? Yeah. Look how many we found that day after we picked them old dogs off. Yeah. You know, I didn't know what to think when I heard them bark and y'all looked at me and told me they was running our sign. Yeah. Remember that? And I said, no. And you said, the hell they ain't. And here in a minute, here they come. Something snarling, ready to eat us up. There's that trail. Look, it says, let's see what that sign says. No, it says, Waller Trail, no entry. Hear me? Well, why in the hell does that say no? Look, why does that say no entry back out that way? Well, this ought to be the main trailhead. It's got a line through it that says no entry. They need to put that out there. You know where it's steep turns down Wanda? Yeah. Son, that's the worst place I ever seen. I parked at the top of it one day and walked around that bank of ginseng right-handed. Dug all kinds of things. Listen, I had to walk back up that road. There ain't no way I'd put a 4-wheeler up that. Coming up out there where it turns down Wanda Holler. At Rock Cliff. Yeah. Would you? No. Would you take that Iger down it and back up it? I know I wouldn't. Now that old 400 Foreman I had, that old beige one. Listen, that old 400 Foreman beige one I had, I'd have socked it right up through there and I guaranteed to win. Maybe it says no entry because it's off the road. Let's see what this other sign says. It says no entry. Hear me? It says no entry, and here we are up our fucking camping. Son, we'll all get all kinds of trouble.
For the people that's riding the trail.
Yeah.
It is. That means it's dead ends.
We're all getting all kinds of trouble, son.
No.
Says, look here, it's got a picture of a bear. Hear me?
Huh?
It's got a picture of a bear. It says Waller Trail, no entry.
Yeah, it's because the trail dead ends.
Huh, that's wild. No, it just cuts off the trail is what it is. Nah. Son, you won't need them. Be too hot tonight. Can't get no fire going like that. Catch hill on fire. Everything, the wind's blowing too much this time of the year, and the damn leaves are too dry. Hear me? Man, you build up a little fire, listen, fall asleep, it blow over that mountain, man, you'd be in jail before the day was over tomorrow. Now I'm going to show them all that airport and strip where it's lit up now. Get over here where I can show them. Okay, y'all. Here's the airport and Ethel and the strip. Hold on. Okay, they got it lit up now. Okay, it starts over in there. Let's see. Starts right there. Goes all the way around through there. All the way around through there. All the way around through there. All the way through there. Hold on. There's more. Hold on. Starts way over in there. Watch it. All the way around through there. You'll see why it's all the way around this ridge. It goes all the way around that ridge. Goes from there all the way around to there. That's the airport, and then the strip starts right in there and goes that way. You talking about big bucks and bears and hogs. God almighty. You can kill monsters in there. I mean monsters. Can't you, Will? Huh?
Yeah.
I said you can kill monster bucks and bears and hogs. And look on Kirk Price's page. He married my next door neighbor, Kathy's granddaughter, Riley. And look what some bucks they've killed out there on that strip.
Tell them about that Bigfoot down there we hear.
Somewhere over in this holler right here. Everybody's gonna think, you might think I'm crazy. Will, am I crazy or?
No,
I got it recorded on my phone, don't I?
Yep.
Right down in that holler, we come up here camping was it last year or year before last?
Couple years ago.
About 2 years ago. Well, right before dark, or right as it getting dark, right down that holler, something started howling, and it would howl and roar on the end of it. It sounded like a siren, but an old man a hollering, and then at the end of it, it would like change to a roar. Had done that 3 or 4 times there right before it got dark. And we never thought anything about it. We just recorded, didn't know what it was, did we? Come here and got our stuff set up. Lay here in the tent, we was in one tent that night because it was cold. And I heard it right down there about 3 o'clock in the morning. I hit him on the shoulder, you hear it? Yeah, I'm already awake. I hear it, didn't you?
Yeah.
And it started going, oh.
There's nothing in his
And then I had a Timex Indiglo watch. He's standing right there, and when it started hollering, I pushed the timer. And when it tapered off and stopped, it was 22 seconds, wasn't it?
Yes,
I said, son, that must have the awful set of lungs on it ever was. And we was sitting there, and it hollered about 5 times down in there, not far. And then something over this side down in there reminded me of on that movie Forrest Gump, when that guy said, boy, your mama stored us like you're schooling, boy. You don't say much, do you? And he went, ee. It done that about 3 times over that side right there, and that thing hushed. Never heard it again, did we? Old Forrest Gump, son. That's one of the funniest movies I ever watched in my life. He said, boy, your mama sure does care about your schooling, boy. He said, you don't say much, do you? He said, ee. I didn't he got the hell out of her, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. That old principal.
Yeah, that's funny. You got a, well, she said, he asked her, said, is there a Mr. Gump? Mrs. Gump?
Yeah.
She said, he's on vacation. The next thing I heard, ee. And that old boy was sitting there listening to it, and he reminded him of it. Oh, that's the funniest shit. My daddy made me turn the TV off with him. We was sitting there watching it, and he said, it seems like it's all right. Until they got to the part, Lieutenant Dane said, have you found Jesus, Gump? He said, I didn't know I was supposed to be looking for him. So Daddy said, turn that stupid son of a bitch off right now. I'll bust that TV, he said. And I was laughing. And he said, I didn't know I was supposed to be looking for him. I thought, Lord have mercy. Oh, Lieutenant Dane, he told him, he said, if you're ever a shrimp boat captain, he said, I'll be your first mate.
Yeah.
He got that boat, and here he was standing there. He just sailed off the boat, son, took off swimming, got over and said, Lieutenant Dane, what are you doing here? He said, I thought I'd try out my sea legs. He said, you ain't got no legs. He said, I know that, he said.
Yeah.
He said, I told you I was a man of my word. He said, you're a shrimp goat captain, I'll be your first man. I'm here. Don't think I'm going to be listening to no bullshit, he said. And then here his boat crashed into the damn dock. There's my boat, he said. I like that part at the beginning of it. How was it he said that?
He said he wasn't going to call him no
or
captain
something. About them shoes. He said, let's see, what was it? It's something, I'm trying to remember what part of that movie. It cracked me plumb up. Let's see, how was it they said that? He said, he's talking to that woman on that bench.
Yeah.
He's talking about getting him put on there and all that, and braces on his legs and all that. He said, they my magic shoes. He said, Mama said they take me anywhere. He said,
Yeah.
they my magic shoes.
God damn. I just never seen my life.
Yeah, and then that Old Brother Wartdale, I think that's about one of the best movies ever made. What about when they about to drown?
Yeah.
They was laying there and they was all praying, remembering old Everett about to change his mind.
Yeah.
He said, Pete said, we prayed to God. He pitied us. He said, no any human will cast about. He said, in a time of stress. He said, by the time he said it, he looked over and seen that old cow on the roof of that cotton house. Remember that old man telling him that, and he just shut up.
The old blind man
Yeah.
on the train.
Mm-hmm. He said, we wouldn't get the treasure we seek on account of our obstacles. He said, oh, Pete.
God.
That was a good one, though.
I don't know which one's the best, Dad or Gun.
What about the old girl on that Up and Smoke movie? Went,
Yeah.
what
What about when old Gun put to the army?
Oh yeah, he got up on the bus. Said something. He said, "Nobody gives a shit who you are, fag ball." He said, "Get your faggoty ass to the back of the bus. You're in the army now." And then that old lieutenant come first. He said, "Gump!" He said, "Yes, drill sergeant." He said, "What's your sole purpose in this army? To do whatever you tell me, drill." He said, "That's the most goddamn outstanding answer I ever heard in my life." He said, "You must have an IQ of 160."
Remember when he put them guns together real fast?
Yeah, and then throwed it back. They said, "Why'd you put that together so quickly?" "'Cause you told me to, drill sergeant."
It only taking him about 20 seconds.
I know it.
They're after the big M16.
I liked that when he ran across the world and all them people was following him. He stopped.
Yeah.
He said, "Well, I'm pretty tired. I think I'll go home now." He said,
Left them all
they said, "What do we do?" He just turned around and took off. I thought, Lord have mercy. That was a good one, son.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I'll never forget that one. Old Gump.
That's the best two movies they come out with.
Yeah, and then that part, him and Bubba, he said it started raining. It never quit for 4 months. He said all kinds of rain. Stinging rain, fat rain, rain that come in sideways and sometimes underneath. He said, and old Bubba said, "Hey, Gump." He said, "What?" He said, "You just lean against my back and I'll lean back against yours. That way we ain't gonna sleep with our heads in the mud." He said, that cracked me up, man. I was like, damn, that's a good idea. But it was funny.
It rained for 4 months straight.
Yeah, never quit.
That's in Vietnam.
Yeah.
Boy, when he saved old Lieutenant Dan and packed him out there.
He's madder than hell, wasn't he?
Yeah, said he's supposed to die there. He said.
Yeah, and then that old girl got on him. He throwed her off and he ran him off that she tastes like cigarettes.
Yeah. You even bought him a whore, didn't he?
Yeah. And he said, "What did she lose? He lose his thing in the war?" He said she tastes like cigarettes. Hey, some good.
That made old Lieutenant Dan.
I'll tell you another good one too. The Eddie Murphy and Martin Lawrence at Wythe.
Yeah,
where they go to that prison camp.
Yeah.
He said, "When you die,
you didn't get my cornbread."
He told him. He said, "When you die," he said, "I'm just gonna bust up in the motherfucker singing Upper Room." He said, "When Jesus," he said, it was funny around. I thought, what he's nuts, son. But through the whole movie, it was funnier than hell. They done all kinds of crazy shit.
Oh yeah, it was good.
And he said, wanting his cornbread. He said, that Ed, he said, "You ain't getting my cornbread." He said, "He's number 2 of my killing spree. Gonna start up in on your big ass if you try to take it." They got outside and fit, remember, and he whooped the hell out of him, throwed him over his shoulder and told him he had enough. He said, "Claude, he didn't get my cornbread," and he elbowed the hell out of him right in the mouth when he had him on his shoulders. That cracked me up. That there's gonna get it going, son. I should have went and busted my guitar.
Yeah.
I'd bring my guitar out here and play it of a night time.
Well, you should have.
Yeah, but it's already cracked or it's old.
Yeah.
That's my mom's guitar. That's an old CF Martin. I don't know how old that thing is.
Them molly meters ain't up yet.
I found 4 little white ones right there. I'm serious. They was about this big. Look.
Yeah.
They was about that tall. There's 4 of them standing there together. And they was white.
Yeah.
Had little heads about that big on them. And I said, look, here's some molly moogers, boys. And Dylan found one up there somewhere in the yard, up there around the trailer.
It'll be 2 more weeks here.
I told you about the second week. Second week of April was the best time to do it. Because I'm telling you, Daddy would always go up a holler, hear me?
Yeah.
And from the first week of April into the end of May and pick sacks full of them off in flats.
Yeah.
And I mean, they's everywhere.
But they're not there now like that.
Yeah, they're still there. You just got to get there at the right time. Yeah, and then right there at the forks of the road down there where that power tree used to be on that creek bank, they grow all over it, but you got to beat them turkeys to them. Some of them turkeys will get in there one day and destroy hundreds of them in a whole patch.
Sure.
Just say 25 turkeys comes in there and goes to eating them.
Yeah.
Well, son, in the air, them gone.
Huh.
They'll wipe that whole place out. They'll dig every leaf down through her up. I've seen them do it too many times.
Here's your moogers sake.
Yeah, we'll go out there tomorrow and look down
Yeah.
that holler out there at that grass. And they should be some. They usually is.
You mean back out there?
No, out yonder.
Out
Out there before you get to where the road forks, where you go up on that bank down over in that grassy holler where the Bigfoot sign is. Got them trees bent over the rocks sitting on
I
them.
found about 15 there last
Now what in the hell would have done that? Now that right there is what got me tripped out. There's 4 hollers. Look, one goes to the right, one goes to the left, looking up. And then when you turn around and look down the holler goes to the right and goes to the left. So there's 4 hollers. And these trees are every bit of 8, 10 inches thick, bent over in a bow with a rock. There's a rocky bank over there with rocks tore out there, son. 3 or 4 people couldn't live. And said something had to hold that tree over while it set that rock on the end of it. And there's 4 of them like it, and it's like it's got every one of them hollers marked. Look, and right there's where that thing's a hollering down over the hill. And just right out there and down over in that hollers where them trees are. Bent over like that.
We'll be laying there about 4 o'clock in the morning. It'll cut in the holler.
Remember them old big tracks I found?
Yeah.
I got them on a phone somewhere. Them things was 15 or 16 inches long, 3 or 4 inches in the mud.
I like when you hear that recording that we recorded out there.
It sounded like an Ohio howl.
Is it on that phone there?
Yeah, but I can't play it because I ain't got no signal. Yeah, they can listen to it. It's on that, I think I put it on TikTok.
Did you?
And I put on there, it starts howling at like 1:38
Tell
seconds.
them how to listen to it.
I did. And there's all kinds of people. That thing out here got after me and I shot in the side of the head and flopped her. This is the same place, boys. That video I made talking about that weird encounter. All right. I was laying right there and it was standing right there. Okay, so that might not be 20 yards. That's how long? That's about 10 or 15 foot, ain't it? Yeah. I shot it and it fell right shiny light down there, on that tree, right down in against that tree, that first one right there at the bottom of it. It fell right in there and went around and around and around, kicking, the squalling, the hollering, making awful racket. Sounded like a lion roaring. Son, I jumped out of that tent, that gun, and it tore down that mountain of howling. And I jumped on that 4-wheeler and left everything here but the gun and shells. And I tore down through there as hard as I could go, the house.
Yeah.
And come back the next day and got my stuff and looked for tracks and everything to see nothing.
Well,
This thing looked like a damn werewolf or something. It had a head like a dog.
Huh.
It looked like.
Sure wasn't a cane?
Son, it was fucking 5 foot tall on all 4s. It was higher in the front end than it was in the back. It was like a hyena looking thing or something. And then
It was a coyote.
no, it stood up, son. Scared me to fucking death. I'm sitting there looking at it, and it sounds like 1,000 people cracks their knuckles, and it stands up and got hands like a coon's feet on the front with claws hanging off of it. So I just stuck that gun out the fucking window and shot it right in the side of the head. 28 gauge shotgun. It was right. Okay, there's the tent. It was standing right here. That's how far it was. That's okay. My foot. Hold on. It's 12 or 13 inches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 steps to the door. So that's 13 inches times 12. So that's how close it was. I know it blowed its ass up against that tree. And when it hit the ground, it went around and around kicking and screaming and hollering. And And I was absolutely scared to death. I was shaking all over, having a panic attack, didn't know what to do.
What do you think it was?
I don't know. It looked like a wolf, but what got me is it stood up. I don't know if it was just standing up there and had one of its feet on the tree and one of them hanging down. I was only seen one of them.
Oh, you seen one of them werewolves.
What in the fuck is a werewolf? This looked like a fucking wolf that could walk on its back legs.
That's a werewolf. So
It looked like it could walk on all fours.
That thing.
And then when it stood up, it'd crack like 1,000 people cracked their knuckles, and then it could stand up. Well, I'll tell you what, it'd eat a number 5 buckshot. Like I said, 12 of my 13-inch steps right in the side of the head. And the last time I heard it, it tore down that mountain right there where the light shining over your tent, making the awful roaring like a lion. Something like an African lion roaring and howling. I didn't know what in the hell. I was scared to death. So I panicked plumb out till I got the gobbly out there and turned down gobbly. I thought it was chasing me. When I left here on the 4-wheeler, it was wide open. I just felt like it was chasing me around through there. I didn't see it, hear me, but it just felt like something was behind me. Have you ever done that? Got out in the hill and feel like something's watching you? No. I thought you did when that hog got out there and...
Yeah, I looked around there.
But didn't you feel like something was watching you first?
Yeah, there was a hog.
Okay.
It weighed about 700 pounds to watch him. It was that tall.
Yeah, it chased you around through her after them feed sacks.
For a mile, it chased that 4-wheeler around.
There was another one with it, but it wasn't big like that.
I'll tell you what, that's the biggest hog I ever seen.
I'd say, what do you say, 700-800 pounds?
I'd say easy.
Why was its titties so long? Did it just have a litter of little ones?
Well, it had titties that long, but it had like a bunch of little ones.
Mm-hmm.
And the shoat that was with it was about a year old, maybe.
Yeah.
And she'd done winged the rest of them.
And
she'd had about 20-some.
Yeah.
And she was a big black hog. She was that tall, and its head was that big around.
I still ain't got over that old dog getting Brandon down
it
that
was
back.
as big as my 4-wheeler.
Yeah, I still ain't got over that old Tango dog getting Brandon down that back, that old big red tick.
That was just right out there where I seen it at.
Yeah, but remember that old big red tick at the house, Tango? It weighed about 120 pounds.
Yeah.
And got Brandon down that back in that dog house when he was back in it and wouldn't let him go and started hunching him.
Yeah.
That was the funniest shit I've ever seen in my
Go
life.
back in the back of that dog house and get a speedboat.
Yeah, I couldn't get back in there, and he did, and he had his paints hanging down. Look like, you know how he let his paints hang, his whole rear end was hanging out. No boxers or nothing. Son corned him. He grabbed, look, and it was so big, he was trying to back out that doghouse, and you know.
It got up there and wrapped up around
Yeah, it hooked him to the legs, and it was so big,
with the
you know.
humping on him?
Yeah, and he couldn't get loose from him. There wasn't nothing to stop it from hitting that hole.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he didn't have no underwear or nothing on him. His whole ass was hanging out, and it was trying to put it, it was going to cornhole him, son. I'm telling you, I laughed so hard. Me and James, the black boy that lives beside us.
It didn't hold
Listen, we've been friends our whole life. No, but listen to this. It did on itself.
It did.
On itself, yeah.
Oh.
And stuff was flying everywhere. Me and James couldn't even get our breath. We was laughing so hard.
God.
He was cussing me every breath and said I done it on purpose, and I didn't. I didn't have no idea that was going to happen. Look, he crawled back in that dog house. It ran over and smelled him.
Yeah.
And when it did, it downed him, son.
It lost
And when it done it, I lost it. I just hit the ground. I couldn't catch my breath. I was laughing so hard. Me and James both. He was all, help me, JJ, help me.
Why?
There wasn't nothing I could do for
Why
him.
didn't you record it and put it on YouTube?
I didn't have the phone out there.
You'd got 1 million views.
I know, I didn't have my phone out there with me. We just out there messing around with that dog. I needed to get that thing there so I could feed it. And
he couldn't get away from it?
No, it was too big, and where he twisted his shoulders to get back in that dog
That
house.
old dog weighed about 80 pounds.
It weighed more than that, son. I'd say it weighed 120. That's the biggest red tick I ever seen.
Oh,
It's big as a Great Dane, had long ears, and I'd never seen one that big. Man, it was a 2 foot long when it was born. PJ and Chester and him had it. It was a monster. Son, he had ears that long.
How'd he get it off?
Well, listen what happened. He got back in the doghouse and he had to twist his shoulders, you know, to get back in there. Well, when he tried to pull himself straight back out, when it had him, they wasn't no coming out because his shoulders had him fouled. And I couldn't help him, and James couldn't help him because I couldn't breathe.
Oh my
I was
God.
laughing too hard. Well, finally, I quit laughing and got it off of him, grabbed it by the collar and twisted it up, pulled it off of him. He come out there, cussed me all to pieces. Me and James both said we just wouldn't help him.
Yeah.
And I said, no, Brandon, I couldn't catch my breath. I'm serious. I was laughing so hard I couldn't breathe.
Oh my God.
I'd never seen nothing like that. And Papa was the worst about it of all.
Yeah.
He rode him about it every time he seen him, son, for 3 or 4 years.
What did he say to him?
Talking to him about pups and all kinds of stuff, son. Every time he seen him.
Asked him when he gonna have him litter a pup.
Yeah. Every time he seen him, he said, I ain't never seen no butthole puppies.
Oh
That's
my
what he'd
God.
tell him. He said, that'd be a first. I want to see him. I was like, oh my God.
Lord have mercy.
You know how Papa is. He comes up with some of the craziest old shit you ever heard in your life, son.
Yeah.
And it was just one of them, one that cracks you up. I don't know. And every time he seen him, son, he would never let him live it down.
Shit.
Well, he come walking around the end of the trailer when it was happening. Papa did.
Oh yeah.
Oh, he lost it too. He fell on a cane. He lost his cane. He was laughing so hard and fell down on his hind end. Look here, spit his false teeth out and everything. He was laughing so hard his front teeth flew out.
God,
Look here, he was wiping his nose and laughing, sitting there on the ground.
man.
And he said, help me get up, Jason. Don't get on your chest. And it burrs him after he got done laughing. And I went over and got that dog off Brandon.
Lord.
Son, he never let him live it down. I never would say nothing to him about it, but
No
Papa,
wonder he's mad at you.
I never would say nothing about it to him, though. I knowed how fucked up it was. I really did need to help him, but I couldn't. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't get off the ground.
What was he hollering? Help me, JJ.
Help me, JJ, help me, it's raping me, he said. And there wasn't nothing I could do because I couldn't breathe. There was tears rolling down my eyes, and I was trying to get my breath. My belly was hurting. And James was over curled up in the ball, smacking his leg, couldn't breathe. He hollered, help me, James, and I didn't hear nothing but laughing.
Oh, God.
And when I finally got it off of him and he got out of there, you should have seen the look on his face.
Oh, no doubt.
He didn't speak to me for 2 or 3 months. He didn't. And he said I done it on purpose. He said he said I knowed to do it, and I put him in there on purpose to get done like that. But I didn't. It just happened.
You sure he didn't put him in there on purpose?
No, man. I just look. I wore my shoulders are real wide. I'm 6'3", 230 pounds. He's what, 5'6", maybe?
Yeah.
And probably 100 and maybe 40 pounds, 30.
Yeah, that big 90-pound dog was on him.
Yeah, so that's the biggest dog, the biggest hound dog I ever seen.
So it held him down when he couldn't get loose?
Yeah, every time he'd try to back out, he'd bear his chest down his back. And he couldn't get loose. And then wrap his legs tighter. Man, I was laughing.
Yeah.
What was that? Did you hear that?
That tree there.
No, I heard that tree squeak, and that's what I was talking about. Where was it? We was sitting here and right over there somewhere. How many coons was they come over to that feed or that?
7.
I thought there was more than that.
I threw the buying can over there, remember?
Yeah, but they had that feeder there too, and I remember looking out the tent and all I seen was coons.
Yeah.
There was a whole pile of them.
I had a bag hanging there, and I'd put some buying cans in it,
Yeah.
and some other beanie weenies. They come up there and was sniffing around that.
I gotta get her and get me a piece of pizza.
Pizza?
Yeah.
Are you hungry?
Yeah, I ain't eating nothing all day. I've worked all day. Oh, well, what you got? Hold on. I'm gonna get me a piece of this pizza. It's got bacon. It's got bacon, cheese, and everything on it. Hold on. Yeah, I will. I'm gonna get me a piece of pizza. Son, it's good stuff. What you got over there? Well, I'll eat it too. I'm just gonna get me a piece of pizza. Good stuff, son. Especially when it's got that bacon and cheese on it. Let me get me a good piece out of here. There we go.
Here, get my pop.
What are you cooking there? Huh?
I got the fried chicken, son.
I'm good right now. I'm pizza. I'm good right now.
That
pizza's good, dude.
Look,
Look here. Bacon, cheese, pepperoni, good.
Fried chicken
Both
burgers.
be good. Actually, I'd like to have that tore up on this pizza.
Yeah.
Cooked on it, you know what I mean? Like I done the other night.
We'll get you a piece there to tear it off.
Remember the other night when I put the chicken tenders and
Hey,
cooked?
look at what a chicken breast.
Yeah. Good white too. Remember when I fixed that pizza with all I fried them tenderloins first?
Tear the pizza off.
I will, but remember,
Mm-hmm.
that was a good pizza.
Go shoot for the top piece.
I will. You piece pizza. Let's go get something on my stomach. Mm-hmm. That's the only time Papa eat the breast. He won't eat nothing else.
Mm-hmm.
Remember we stop at Ripley or Go we going to coon hunting to Work County or Ohio? Only thing he'd ever buy was chicken breast or damn bull eggs.
Mm-hmm.
He liked them damn eggs, didn't he?
Might taste them too.
I went and talked to Bob yesterday for about 2 hours.
Oh yeah?
Mm-hmm. He'll be, hold on. He'll be 88 in September.
Uh-huh.
And, or October, September, one or two. Anyway, he'll be 88. And I'm telling you, he don't look no different than he did when he was 50. You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Why is that?
I don't know.
Like it's where he's Indian. Let me tell you something about Bob. Have you ever seen him with a beard?
No.
You know why?
Why?
He don't grow facial hair. He's full-blooded Indian. You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
They don't grow hair under their arms, on their face and stuff. You ever seen an Indian in a movie with a damn beard? Hmm?
No.
You ever seen an Indian shave? Nope. Ain't going to either. I used to date this girl down Mud River. We lived down there for a while. Her name was Heather Spears. One of the best girls you could ever meet in your life, hear me? I fucked it up. Listen, I got hooked on pain pills, hear me? And she had a little girl 2 or 3 years old. We was together for a while. She worked every day, kept the house clean. Good woman, hear me? Couldn't ask for no better. And she finally told me, look, you're going to have to quit that shit, hear me? And can't have it around my daughter, you know what I mean? And I chose that shit. And then Chester would see her down with Sable later on. And she told him how much she loved me. I wished I hadn't have done that. I wished I hadn't, son. That's one of the best girls I ever had in my life. And she was a good woman. Beautiful girl. You remember Heather, don't you?
Oh yeah.
She married some Linville guy, and they do real good. I ain't seen her in a while, but
Yeah, they like him.
she's still a pretty girl. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm good. Yep.
Pepperoni roll.
Yeah, I fucked up there, hear me? I did, I fucked up.
Don't want to chicken? I brought you a piece there.
Later, I got strangled. Yeah, but I'd give anything if I could go back and change that. Look at old JD when she came here from Florida. Hear me?
Yeah.
When me and her was going out, look how quick she learned how to do ginseng.
Oh yeah.
She's good at it too. That's what tripped me out. How she got so good at it so fast. I'll tell you another one was a good one. Hear me?
Mm-hmm.
It was Christy.
Who?
Christy. One that used to bring up Mark County.
Mm-hmm.
She was a good girl. I screwed that up. Hear me?
Yeah.
I ain't bragging or nothing, but I've had a bunch of women. Too many. Hear me?
Yeah. I've seen a few of them.
But I've had too many. Too many. And I seen a waiter the other day at one I was with when we bought that new Camaro. Had that Intimidator Dale Earnhardt edition. Remember that black one?
Yeah.
That was a fast car. Had an LS1350, 5-speed. It was a Z28, 2004 model. I had that. We had that all paid off, but one payment.
Yeah.
And I was working down there at fucking Burnside. I said, was I working at Burnside or was I working at Save-A-Lot? Yeah, I was working at Save-A-Lot. Well, she didn't show up to pick me up for work. And I was like, what the fuck? I had to take off walking from Danville. I had to walk all the way to Bell Road, every step of the way. You know how far it is to the house, to the trailer. I got there and she was sitting on the couch crying. I asked her what was wrong. She took it over at Winston somewhere and let some old black boy we knew drive it, and he fucking wrecked it. Totaled it.
Yeah.
I only had one more payment, $254, and it was paid for. $24,000 some dollars before we financed it.
Well. You see how long we keep her car down like
Oh, yeah, what about when I bought that red Trans Am?
Oh, yeah.
Remember that one?
Yeah.
But what the bad part is about, I come to, you was living in Parkersburg, wasn't
you? Yeah.
I come to see you, all right? You know our old buddy, our own little wing tank had the things. You hear me? I decided to stop there and get me some of them. And then I'm going to stop at his son's house and see him down in town. You know who I'm talking about.
Mm.
Then I'm going on to Cleveland, all right? I stopped and got me a bunch of the twos and went down there. And they was looking for a Jason boy in a car just like mine. Same color and everything. Well, I'm in his apartment sitting there talking. And I just talked to Jessica Lynch and Tollywash.
His name was Jason Speed.
Yeah, remember that one?
Yeah, buddy of mine.
Remember one was in that war and all that happened to you? Know who? You remember Jessica Lynch? You married her cousin Brandy, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And I seen her and Tollywash down at Exxon and old down there where I introduced you to Wild Bill on Mountain Monsters.
Yeah.
And I seen them down there.
Here, put that right over there, and I'll put them in a bag. Yeah, there you go.
I'll reach me one. I'm trying to tell you, like, you got me sidetracked or what I'm talking about. So I know I seen them at the gas station. I was going down to Elizabeth or somewhere down there to do something. I'm trying to think of what it was. What was we talking about before that? It was important too.
I don't know.
Well, I hate when I get in the middle of that and forget. Hear me?
Yeah.
Man, if I hadn't mentioned Jessica and Tyler washing them, I'd remembered.
See, every girls made you forget.
Yeah. I was coming. Oh yeah, about that car and shit.
Oh
yeah. Yeah, down at his apartment. Look here.
Cleveland or something.
I was after I left his house. Down at his son, down at his apartment. Well, I'm sitting with Elizabeth in that apartment, and what was his girlfriend's name at the time? That real cute little brunette. Was it Eddie? Was it Amber or
Autumn?
Autumn. Man, she's a pretty thing. I know that. And we was down there doing her thing, you know. And she looked out the window and she said, Jason. I said, what? She said, there's 15 carloads of state police around your car out here in front of my apartment. And they're going through your car. And I'm like, what? And so I hid my shit, and I go out there and open the door up. They said, jerked their guns out. I said, what's your name? I said, Jason. They said, on the ground. And hands up. So I put my hands up. They said, walk to the bottom of the steps. I did. They said, get on your knees and lace your fingers behind your head. I did. And they came over and put me down on the ground and handcuffed me. Jerked me up, put me up against the car. And he fooled around and said, where's your wallet? I said, right here in my pocket. I reached it to him. He looked at it. And looked at my driver's license, put him back there and said, son of a bitch, and slammed my wallet down on the hood. And I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I thought I pissed him off.
Yeah.
And I knew it didn't have nothing on me, nothing like that. And he said, the wrong fucking Jason, he said.
Yeah.
And I was like, buddy, listen, I live in Logan County. I said, I'm just up here visiting a couple friends and I'm going back home. I said, we're going coon hunting tonight. I said, I don't know what's even going on. And he said, well, you got a car just like a main drug dealer up here.
Yeah.
And he said he's running all kinds of oxys and coke and all kinds of stuff is what he said. I don't know. Jason, I'm just trying to think of his last name.
Peace.
Jason Speece, that's his name. He had the same exact car I had, a 2006 Trans Am Camaro with the Ram air on it.
Yeah.
Same thing. The one the girl I married, Aaron, think.
His
Mine,
car
her car.
was just like your car.
Mm-hmm.
I did.
Same car. And had the Ram air and all that on it.
Mm-hmm.
I got it because they couldn't fix it. And I thought it was tore up too. I went to look at it.
Yeah.
It don't have no miles on it, 53,000 miles. And I'm thinking, man, this is a brand new car. You know what I mean? Why are they selling it so cheap? $1,000 for a brand new car.
Yeah.
And they said, listen, we've done everything. It overheats. When I went to ask them about it, and we had that check we got out of that car wreck, it was like 35 grand.
Yeah.
And He said it overheats, won't go, can't drive it nowhere it overheats. We put head gaskets on it, water pumps, done everything in the world to it, they said. Still overheats, just like flipping on a light switch. I said, all right, I'm going to drive, fill up water and try it. I filled it up, started up Missouri, it overheated. I thought, damn it. I was up in there about Mark Balls, right past Mark Balls, that wide spot. Well, I went and filled me up some water and some jugs and got down and looked underneath the car, and I seen a black wire laying back on the frame. I got it, and it'd been skin on the end. I said, ain't no damn way it goes to the fan, hooks to the negative terminal on the battery and turns the fan on.
Yeah.
I said, surely somebody ain't around and wired it like that. So then I grabbed it and touched it to the negative, and the fan kicked on. I said, oh, hey, there's what's wrong with the car. Look here, I twisted it up on there, filled her up, and had it sideways through every curve up Missouri. I'm trying to make it overheat. There wasn't no more overheating.
Yeah.
Look here, when I brung it back down there, I pulled in. I said, man, it overheated all the way up there. He sold it to me. I left. We took that some bitch to Cleveland, I don't know how many times.
Sure.
And that was it. That fixed it.
I remember when you come up there in it.
That was all wrong with it. The ground wire, they had the fan wired up straight to the battery.
Yeah.
And they didn't have it on a toggle switch. You just had to go out there and put it on the terminal yourself.
Right.
And that wire fell off and fell back in behind the frame, and I guess the guy couldn't see it.
Huh.
And he'd done rebuilt the motor and all that, tried to put gaskets on it and stuff.
Yeah.
For no reason.
Well, yeah.
All it was that wire.
Yeah.
And as soon as I hooked it up and the fan come on, I knew right then what that was it. I said, well, right there's the problem. And I told her, she got in the car, she started running her mouth. Shut up, let's go. And after we got the road, I told her, I said, I done fixed it. She said, you did bullshit. She said, I said, yeah, I done fixed it. And I laid it to it up through that straight stretch there where we was racing your Thunderbird against that Mustang. And the head gasket blowed. I run it wide open up through there. And by God, it never even got hot at all. It was still down just barely above cold. She said, well, you did fix it, didn't you? I said, yeah. I just can't believe this boy was doing all that stuff and had them cops looking for him, and me roll up at the same house he's going to hauling the stuff. I roll up at the same house and get something and leave in the same kind of car.
Dang.
That's the stupidest thing anybody could ever do. But how did I supposed to know? I come from down Logan. I didn't know. I was pulling up fucking next to Mineral Wells. Well, hell, you've been there your whole life. You know where I'm talking about. I mean, you used to walk from the head of Buell Run to the house. That was a long walk. You know what?
Yeah.
Like we treat the coons through our road. Somewhere there's a nice rifle sitting on that mountain.
Yeah.
You left it there.
Yeah.
You got up there, listen. I couldn't tell you nothing. You wouldn't listen to nothing I said. You had the hard head that night. You wouldn't listen to a damn thing I said. And I said, let me shoot that coon out. Because you could barely stand up. And I said, let me shoot that coon. Nah, I'm shooting it out. You said, it's been a plumb dick. I said, well, go ahead then. And you shot it out, and I got my dog after they killed it. You got your dog, and we took off down the hill, get down the road, and I looked at you and said, where's the gun? Well, fuck, you didn't get it? I said, well, no, I didn't get it. You had it and shot the coon out, tried to get you to let me. I left it sitting up there against a tree. Me and you went up there and looked all over the damn mountain, couldn't find it. And that was a special gun. It had like a groundhog or something on the forearm there at the bottom of it. Or,
Yeah.
is that what it was, a groundhog?
Groundhog.
It was just a single shot 22, but it was a real expensive one. And it had that groundhog on it. Well, I'd like to still have that.
It wouldn't be no good.
I'd give anything to have my Lee Raction Winchester back.
Yeah.
My 22, that model 250 I had forever.
Yeah.
Daddy bought that for Mommy in like the 60s. And son, I'm one of the best rifles I ever had my hands on. Had them white diamond sights on it. I never would put a scope on it.
Yeah.
Some squirrel could be running out a limb and you could bust it every time.
Sure.
What, you used to put a scope on it.
Yeah.
Coon be up there, it'd be from the top of oak. You could bust its eyeball out, the CB cap.
You could.
And then they stole it off of me. And then couldn't get it back. That's bullshit right there. And then you end up getting to buy one almost just like it. It is just like it, but it's automatic.
Yeah. It don't jam.
You were to buy you some of them white diamond sights to put on it.
It don't jam though.
No, but you were to buy you some of them, put them on there. Hear me?
Yeah.
They ain't that expensive. About $40.
I'll trade that for a good shotgun.
Yeah. You'd be stupid. trade it to me, I'll go over at Walmart and buy you a brand new one.
Huh?
I'll go over and buy you one of the brand new pumps at Walmart and give it to me.
Go get it.
Well, you have to give me a few days to get some money up, hear me, because they're $189 now.
Yeah.
So I tax and I'll probably be right at $200.
I'll trade a pretty good pump shot.
Well, I'll go over and buy one of them brand new Stevens Savages, the black one, pump gun. I'll go over and buy it brand new if you'll trade me at 22 for it.
Go get it.
And I won't get rid of it either. I'll keep it. Hear me? Then I'll have me a 22 like it back.
Yeah.
And I'll keep it forever.
Right.
Because I know what they'll do. Hear me?
I know what it was as soon as I traded. As soon as I got it.
Yeah, you'd been crazy not to got it for that price. They got mine for $50 fucking. Oh, you talking about mad, son?
Oh, no doubt.
Well, I should have locked my fucking truck. I pulled it in there. I was 19 years old. I wasn't thinking nothing about it. I'd been a coon the night before and had it behind the seat.
Yeah.
I pulled into your house, mouth of holler, up at the upper end of the rock. Two people sitting there, hear me? I knew one of them wouldn't bother nothing, hear me? And I thought to lock my doors, hear me?
Yeah.
But I wasn't thinking. Jason pulled over Gilman, that Red Ranger he had, said right down the road back with him. I said, all right, hold on. I got my keys, jumped out of the truck, jumped in his truck. We went down the road, done our thing. Come back, I got my truck and went home. And Daddy asked me to go get the gun. And I went there and flipped the seat up and it was gone.
Oh.
And he was madder than 10 kinds of hell, son.
I'd say.
And we went looking for it and found it finally. It took us a couple of days. I seen him stick a gun in a boy's face over. I ain't gonna say who it was. His initials were JW. And you can about imagine, hear me, who it was.
Yeah.
Or JB, hear me?
Yeah.
And he got him there at Jeffrey Spencer. And put that damn target pistol he had, put it right here to him. Said, you gonna tell me right now where my 22 is, or this will be the last breath you ever take. And was ready to pull it. And he told him where it was at, and he put it back in his holster, and up the road he went to that guy's house.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, he was really gonna shoot him. I was sitting there with him, I was scared to death. I thought he'd done killed him.
God.
And now he's done passed away now, my daddy, and him and his daddy, you can ask your papa, that's the way they was. Son Elmer Nelson would shoot you. Or daddy. Either one of them shoot you. If you crossed the wrong line, they'd shoot your ass. And I'll bet you anything you want to bet, that shotgun I found up on top of it was a Model 10 pump army issue 12 gauge. I bet you that's the one he shot that fella with. I bet that's why it was he had done in there and nobody couldn't find it. And so I found it. I can guarantee you that's the gun he shot him with. Shot him off a horse. He was there to, where the power pole is, right there at the driveway.
Yeah.
And he told him don't never come back or he'd kill him. And he come back and got there and was running his mouth, and he just went in the house and got a gun, come back out and walked in there and plugged him right in the chest. A law come and he told him what he done. Never pulled a day in jail over it. They said, well, he's on your property and he had a club or something. And that was the end of that.
Sure.
He got out of that, but now he did pull 8 years in the military brig for killing one of his own people with a 2x4.
Yeah.
That was back in World War I. Because I got pictures of him on a Navy ship in Gibraltar, Spain, in 1918. And I got a piece of that Gibraltar rock about that big around at the house that he chipped off of it and brung home with him. It's hard to tell what that's worth. It's got all kinds of stuff in it. That shines. I don't know what and all's in it. It's called the Rock of Gibraltar. Spain's a long damn way from here. That's when you get out on the ocean, on the Navy, and sail the ocean and stuff. But they was fighting them wars.
He was on the boat, wasn't he?
Well, he was in that Blair Mountain War, hear me?
Yeah.
He was in the World War I, hear me? And then I think that was it. And then Elmo was in World War II. I think he was out by then. He was in there for 20-some years.
Sure.
That's a long time to be in the military, almost 30 years. But look at that saddle I had, and all that stuff, the matching numbers on his discharge papers, and then they give it away.
Yeah.
Man, I was in jail over nothing. Got beat up and everything for nothing. All over because they mad over because I cussed their old man out and he wouldn't fight because he's a wimp. They called the law and said I beat him up and about killed him. Said there's blood everywhere. They come here to kill me, son. I hadn't touched nobody.
Well.
Now, I did knock a shit out of him one time. He was spraying wet concrete out of a truck all over Papa's car rims and on mine. And I jumped out there and I just got ready and was cleaned up, getting ready to go to the doctor or something. And I went there and told him, I said, stop this shit right now. You're ruining my cars. He said, all right. And when I went to walk away, he shoved me in the back, and I fell right in a fucking mud hole on my knees and ruined my clothes I just put on. I thought, well, you son of a bitch.
Who was it?
Joey. As soon as I got up, son, I cracked him right in the fucking jaw as hard as I could hit him. Knocked him across the hood of a car, and then here come one behind me and grabbed me around the fucking neck, tried to get me in the sleeper hold. Well, I just reached over my shoulder and grabbed him by the back of the fucking head and flipped him like that over my shoulder. And he hit the fucking side of some kind of old table or something, split it the whole side of his head up, and blood everywhere. Then they called the law. I got the hell beat out of me. Maced, beat, fucking stomped, punched, hit with clubs, big old metal clubs they stretched out. Son, they worked me over. And they wouldn't even take my booking picture when they took me into jail because my face was so swelled and my eyes. Now, I hit them back now. I ain't going to say I didn't. I kicked them, I punched them, whatever I could do, until they got me in the handcuffs. We fit from the road out back there behind the smokehouse. We fit from right there all the way out there where that pig was in that barn, then back out through the yard to the pump house, where that thing dug in the pump house, and right there is where they finally got me down, got the handcuffs on me. And then when they went to put me in the back of the car, they didn't even open the door. They slung me right into the back door head first. Then I opened the door, and this ain't the worst part. Look, I put me in the car handcuffed, me maced to death and everything. All right? And I come walking out through there. They put me in that car. You know, you can't get out of a cop car. It ain't got no door handles. You're in a cage and all that. And they don't know how the hell I got out of that car, hear me? With handcuffs on. And they beat me up again for getting out of the car and coming out through there. And but then they let me out and told me to go out there. They was wanting me. And they see, I didn't know. I thought that was the truth. So I walked up through there handcuffed. That was a mistake. All of a sudden they lit me up again when I done that.
I'd say.
Yeah, maced me again too. That big old can. I think it was bear mace, I believe, as it foamed up on me. So I laid up there in a holding cell where I was so swelled up they wouldn't take me back in population where they beat me up so bad and maced me in the face so much. I laid in that holding cell for 6 or 7 days on fire over there trying to wrench it out that damn thing you drink water out of. I begged them to take me to medical, get the shit out of my eyes. And they supposed to help you. No, they didn't help me, by God. I had to lay there like that.
Feel cold at pocket.
Yeah, they was mad at me, man. They was pissed off. Fuck them, man. That's the reason when he was out here in the road that day, remember, and I begged you to stop, remember? Him and his old woman was there at state police and he didn't have his uniform on. I was going to sail on his fucking head if you stopped. I was going to show him what was up. They might do that to me, handcuffed and 2 of them on me at the same time. Hey, but I'm 6'3", 230 pounds, and I can hold my own. Like, they better let them try it without that fucking shit. They still might be able to get me, both of them, but let them try it one-on-one. They might whoop me, they might not. But by God, we'd damn sure see. That's the way they done me. Dirty bastards. I wouldn't do nobody like that. I'd at least square up with them and give them a chance. If I had to fight with them, you know what I mean? I'd at least get out there and say, here, we're going to fight. And let them know I wouldn't sneak them or nothing like they done me.
Right. They tell me in.
That's what I told you. Son, I was in school one time, listening to this shit. Sitting in the cafeteria. I mean, this old boy gets into it. And I'm not bothering him. Look here, the boy sitting beside of me was reaching around my back and pinching him or poking him or something in the back. He's a big old boy in ROTC. And he turned around and cussed at me and told me if I touched him again, he'd whoop my fucking ass. I said, well, buddy, I never fucking touched you. That's that motherfucker beside of me. And I don't guess he believed me. And here Mindy done it again. And he reached and grabbed me. Well, we tore into it. And they broke us up out there in the cafeteria at lunchtime. I mean, it was just brawl as it was long. Nobody got the best of nobody. We just rolling around the floor. And they got us apart. Well, I had the next period with him. And I wasn't thinking nothing about it. Hear me? And I walked through the door and he was hid behind the door. As soon as I stepped through that door, he hit me right in the end of the fucking nose. Everything he had knocked me, pulled back out in the hallway. His blood went everywhere. Dang. But it didn't knock me out. I seen stars. Hear me? Don't get me wrong for a minute. Just for a thought. And I come back to myself and jumped back up and we tore into it. Down in the lockers, we went a fight and I elbowed that son of a bitch in the head a couple times. And then somebody grabbed me around the neck from behind and somebody grabbed him.
What time is it?
That was it. I don't know. And then listen to this.
Look and see on your thing.
I will. Then later on, about a year later, after he broke my nose, I seen him in Walmart. I told this girl I was dating with me, I said, if you don't want to see us, he's come walking down the aisle. I said, best thing you do is go onto the truck. I reached on the shelf and grabbed something. I don't know if it's a can or something or a jar or something. And I got on the end of the aisle and hid like it's behind it. I said, if you don't want to see us, you better go. I'm telling you. I said, I'm fixing to go to jail right here in just a minute. Son, when he come to the end of that aisle, I smashed him right in the fucking nose with it as hard as I could. He fell halfway down that aisle and knocked shit off and broke it all to hell. And they come and arrested me. I had to pay Walmart almost $2,200 restitution for all that fucking shit he broke off them shelves. Yeah. Bunch of shit. Where's your phone at? Where at? I can just look right here easier. 1213. Yeah, I heard him bad, son. He had to go to the hospital. They arrested me. The Logan police. They took me upstairs in Walmart. And all I know, wherever they had me upstairs in there, you could see out, but you couldn't see in from down there.
Huh.
I don't know where the hell I was at. And I had to sit there and wait till the Logan police got there and come up there and arrested me.
Well.
They had to watch the video and all that shit first. They convicted me, and then I had to pay a fine and restitution. And I just told him the truth, what it was about. I said, I told him over there I'd get his damn ass when he broke my nose. I said, it took me a little over a year later, and I got him back. We was in high school, last grade when it happened. And I wouldn't, and I, it'd been, if I'd have done something to him, it'd been different, hear me? I didn't do shit to him. Yeah. And that fucking boy sitting beside of me. Most of them over a bunch of assholes anyway. I had a few friends you could call it over there, but there's a bunch of them I didn't care much for. I know you didn't. Hear me? Cause I was there with you. I know you didn't care nothing about them. Most of them. Fucking bunch of bullies, what they tried to be all the time, wasn't it? I about killed that and molested them kids over there. Eagle asked to do it. Hear me? He said if I seen him, put one on him, he wouldn't never forget. I said, I'll tell you what, baby, Jim. I said, if I see him, I'll put one on him so kerosene won't wash off. He got on a school bus and we got over there, we was in the 10th grade. Then we got off at school bus at Chapmanville High School, I worked that son of a bitch over. And his sister.
Look, see, look at these. They don't supposed to. This is what, 1 o'clock?
Yeah. Well, not yet, but.
Look, 65 degrees all
Oh, it'll be good.
Look here, it just shows partly cloudy and no rain.
Yeah. And you know the big fella I'm talking about. We hog hunted when you shot that deer out there by him and everything. Look here. That was his sister. She ran up behind me, look, when I was beating his ass. Look here, and I went like this to hit him and drawed back and fucking elbowed her right in the nose and busted it all to hell. God. And what do you think Freak was going to do when I run into him? Huh?
Yeah.
That's what I was worried about, hear me? Yeah. And then when I get out of school that day, here he comes, hear me?
Yeah.
I said, oh, fuck, here we go. Big boy, you know what I mean? And he came up there, he said, I'm not mad at you. Listen, she shouldn't have come over and stuck her damn nose in it and grabbed you by the hair of the head. Yeah. I said, it wasn't even that. I said, look, she came up behind me when I drawed back. I said, and I hit her. I said, it wasn't like it was on purpose or nothing. I said, if she wouldn't run up behind me, then it wouldn't have happened. Right. And, but anybody molest a kid like that, if I can get the change, I'm going to fuck their ass up. He deserved everything what he got. And some, but he didn't get. Motherfucking child molesting bastard. So I seen on TV the other day, you know, they talking about all them kids and stuff, human trafficking. I seen a damn 18-wheelers going down the highway. There's 3 or 4 of them, you know, 2 up here and then 2 behind him. And there's one with a dash cam behind them. And there was a little kid stuck its arm out the side of that damn, side of that 18-wheeler. Huh. Yeah, it sure did. It was a beating on it to start with. Yeah. And somehow they got a hole poked through it and it stuck its hand out, was trying to flag people down. She called the law. It was probably plumb full of people.
Probably.
No telling. I like your puppy, boy. He's a pretty thing.
Yeah.
What are you gonna name him?
Old Rattler.
I was gonna ask you, old Rattler. Here, Rattler, here. Remember that old song?
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm gonna name mine. I ain't named him yet.
For some candy?
Not yet. Not right now. I said I ain't named mine yet.
I got cherry pies, apple pies, all kinds of shit.
Yeah, I ain't named my pup yet. And he's already treating coons.
I'm gonna fix some Velveeta cheese.
And you lost your water, yeah. I said, my pup's already treeing. Well, you know he's been treeing since he's, what, 3 months old?
Mm-hmm.
But that was by himself, treeing squirrels. They were letting him run loose. Him and them other ones. But now he does good.
Yeah.
He's close to 10 months old right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen him tree 3 coons by himself. Ain't too bad. But now that other dog I had, not the one I got now, Dolly, you know how good she is.
Oh, yeah.
Now, the one I had before her, hear me?
Mm.
Now that's the one I wished I had back, about 1.5 years old. Old Reb.
Mm-hmm.
And he was hard to skin. Everybody on this creek wanted to hunt with him.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody. From Benji Ball, Chester, Roy Ball, Mark Ball, they just want to end up buying him off of me.
Yeah.
Give me 7 guns, 2 or 3 30-30s, a couple pump shotguns, a poke stock, 22 Magnum, and a 22 rifle, like $1,500. And I done it because there was something wrong with me, hear me? I got up the next day, went to go feed Rebel, and Daddy said, "Where you going?" I said, "I'm going to feed my dog." He said, "Son, you sold him. Better look in your pocket. Look over in the corner." And I looked and seen all them guns. I reached in my pocket like he jerked that big old wad of money out, and I thought, what the hell have I done? And I gathered all that shit up and went back down there to his house. I said, "Here, man, here, give me my damn dog back. Something wrong with me. I was drunk." I said, "Here, I want my dog." And he wouldn't. He said, "We took him insane, can't caught 4 last night. We don't want to get rid of him."
Oh.
Oh, I was madder than hell. He wouldn't sell him back to me either.
Well.
No. I was so mad I started to throw his shit down and wait till it got dark and walk across the hill from Tanya's and get him and leave.
Damn.
I started to take his guns and set them on the back porch and stick the money under the butt of it and get him and leave. That's how fucking mad I was. I wouldn't do it though, here, just cause it was Roy and Mark, and I thank the world of them. I shouldn't have done it to start with, hear me? I let a boy talk me into it and it shouldn't have happened.
Damn.
If I wouldn't have been fucked up, it wouldn't have happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I could have bought him back, remember? He was 9 though.
Yeah.
And he wanted $1,000 for him. We went hunting. He's only went to treat a coon. He said the price went up 200, remember? Fucking then he wanted 1,200 for him. He was 9-year-old and he didn't live very long after that. Year or 2, wasn't it?
Couple, 2, 3 years.
Because he was a good one. I caught fucking sacks full of coons with him when I had him.
Yeah.
I fucked up when I had the nailer jip. I got her off cooked. She was 9 months old, all right? And I had her paper. She was out of nailer and whipper. And she looked just like old Jim. She hunted wide like him, had that big old mouth. And I took her over to Boxwood Lane all the time, treed coons with her and Rebel. I seen her tree on him a couple times and had it. And I ended up I sold her to cook. That's what it was. I got her off somebody else. I'm trying to remember who I got her off of. I think I got her off Jack Basin, I believe, up in Work County. He had a pup, listen, he had you hunting it. A super stakes pup, all right? After that, hear me?
Yeah.
He got some nailer pups. And they was 6 or 7 months old. Then he come up there one time and he had a couple of them with him. And I got the female off of him. He said it wasn't no count. And what it is, where he's old and it crossed them mountains in there where it hunted real wide, hitting the tree and he couldn't hear it.
Right.
And I took it a hunting. The first night I took it, we caught 3. And it was there on every one of them. And I thought, well, damn, this is a coon dog. I said, tomorrow we'll take her by herself and see what happens. It was me and Jerry Buck. By God, we took her the next night by herself at Broad Hall and cranked her, and she went up in there on the high on that left side towards them Baldwin Rock and treed one. And I had it. I said, shit. I ended up getting sold her to cook. Had the papers on her and everything. I could have hunted her in them hunts. Daniel Lee said he didn't know what a coon dog was till he got this last one. Hear me? And you know what good dogs he's had. By God, it must be a good one. If it's better than the ones he had, it'd have to be a good one. He sold that one for $10,000. Hear me?
Yeah.
A Luna.
There's a good little lot.
Yeah, a Luna.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good dog. She was a young dog. I think she wasn't about 2 if she was that old.
Yeah, she wasn't pretty old.
That guy wondered bad, didn't he?
I'd say he did.
I seen him offer Pawpaw that Walker dog he had got killed. That's probably the best one I was ever in the mountain with, to tell you the truth. Besides some that Chester had. Now that old Dolly bitch that Chester had, hear me?
Yeah.
That was the best one I ever walked behind.
So we don't piece this chicken?
Yeah. What'd you think about her?
She's a pretty good dog.
Did you ever walk behind a better one about having a coon?
No.
What about in the winter time when the moon was full? That's when she was good, hear me? You take these other old dogs when it was like it, and they couldn't even tree one. They treed an old den tree all the time. You take her, by God, and she'd tree coons. That's just like an old Tony dog that Stark boys got, Stark brothers, whatever it is.
Yeah.
They accepted my thing there. Now I get to look at all their stuff, and I can post Dolly on there.
Mm-hmm.
I posted 2 or 3 videos of Dolly on there, and they really liked it. Yeah, they really liked that. We need to, what the hell are we going to train your pup with? So before Dolly dies, we better be training that pup, hear me? Oh, easy.
How?
You have to cut a hole in it.
Huh?
You have to cut a hole in it. Look, go over and get that rope in that tree, that seatbelt tied around that tree. We might be able to tie it without cutting a hole in it, hear me? No, tie this back to the tree. Yeah. Tie that back around this. Somehow.
They're coming on.
No, you can get that over there and do it. Well, that's long, fuck.
See, I can't.
Where's your knife at? Is that long enough? Hold on. Is that long enough to reach around that tree?
Here, I got a piece of rope.
Oh, well, if you got one, what the hell are you going to cut your tin up for? Make no sense. Yeah, man, I can't believe that tent's that easy to set up. That's wild. Don't need to be real. Well, yeah, you need to be longer than that blue one, I think. I don't know. It might reach around it. We'll see. Wrap it around that tree first. Hear me?
I want to go see where.
That string you got, and then tie it around this tree.
You reckon that one piece that goes together goes through this?
No, well, it ain't but about this long. It wouldn't reach to nothing. You need to run that through and tie it around this tree. It'll hold it down. You're afraid it's gonna rain, ain't you?
No, it ain't gonna rain.
Well, then what the hell you even worry about it for? You can get some air with that open.
Yeah, but I want to keep the sun out in the morning.
Oh. I hope damn game warden them Hatfield McCoy people will come up here and fucking wake us up in the morning. Look, where they made that place over there, shoot up on here on the big fucking side beside Tara Donut.
See if you can get that reach down
Hear
there
me?
and get there.
Come up that road right there in the morning, Tara Donut around that place over there and skewer me to fucking death. No, don't go all the way through. Yeah, it does.
Yeah, we will.
I'm almost to it. Hold on. A little bit,
Right there.
a little bit further. Hold on. I got it. Tied around the tree, but it'll reach. Here, you don't want to fuck your tin up. Damn, I told you to get that longer piece. That'll work. Let me go look. Hold on. Hold on a minute. Nah, that's good. Well, no, hell no. Don't do that.
Get that longer piece.
Yeah, you got to. Here. You're going to fuck your shit all up. Hear me? It's going to fuck it all up. You got it bent plumb up. Take that back out of there. Here. No, leave it in there. Hold on. Leave it in there, then you can tie this to it and pull it through. Hear me? That's got your tent fucked up on the front. Got it bent from up. Here, hold on. Tie this on that and pull it through right here. Let me make sure it's untangled first. Oh, these two pieces fell apart. Hold on. Let me tie this piece together. Hold on. Hold on. I gotta tie this together. Hear me? Hold on a second. Hear me?
What's going on here?
Hold on a minute. I told you got it all fucked up. Hold on. Gotta tie a knot. Alright.
Is it pulling it down?
Here, let go of it. Pull some more through there. Pull some more. You got all kinds. There you go. There you go. Here. Now tie it back. You got it. Oh. I'm gonna cut this off for a little while. I'll turn it back on directly with 1 o'clock in the morning. Y'all like and subscribe.
Is it